Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. So today I have an update for my Pan That palette as well as my finish 16 and 2016. As always, let's go ahead and look at the palette first. So this is the one that I'm panning this year. It's the Stila Not So Nude palette, and as you can see it's seen better days. But here is what my palette is looking like now. Very, very significant changes since my last update. I have finally hit pan in the last two shades here, Barefoot and Dolce. I am so freaking pleased about that. You have no idea. I have been using Dolce pretty much every single day as my lid color for the longest time, and it was just like not moving forever because this is so hard packed. And then Barefoot is so pigmented that I only needed like one dip in on each eye with a like pencil brush, so it was just not going very fast. But I am so happy that I finally hit pan on those last two shades. For the other ones, at the last update I had told you that I had repressed Buff and Mink, and since then I have huge pans in Buff and Mink. The pan on this one is a little bit goofy, but it is what it is. I guess I didn't press it very evenly. I have expanded the pan a bit in Fawn, and I've expanded the pan a bit in Sugar, so I'm happy about that. I haven't been putting my brush in the same spot in Sugar, so I don't know if there's going to be an obvious difference between last month's pictures and this month's, but overall I'm really pleased. I use Kitten every day as a face highlight, so I do see a little bit of a change, but not much because I had worn away the middle really quick, but all around the edge is pretty much still all the way up to the top of the pan. So this is definitely not something that I'm going to be able to finish by the end of the year, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw this palette out at the end of the year, but I will keep Kitten and put it in a little Z palette or something like that. But I'm so happy that I was finally able to hit the last two pans in here. If this is my first video of the series that you're watching, I'm not even worried about Lily because I don't like cream products, and this is very old and it's actually started to change color now, which is kind of disgusting. But that is my progress for the Stila Not So Nude palette, which was my Pan That palette for 2016. Let's go ahead into my finish 16 and 2016. At the last update, I had finished 8 1/3 of a product, so that was pretty awesome. Of course, my goal is to hit 16. Since the last update, I only managed to finish off one product, and that is my Physicians Formula powder. This is their Mineral Wear Talc-Free Mineral Airbrushing Pressed Powder SPF 30 in Translucent. This was not translucent. This was like beigey orange, so it would darken my face every time that I used this, so I had to be very light with it and also blend down my neck to make it not look crazy. But I used it all up. You can see like I had repressed it a couple months ago and I got every last little bit out of that pan. It was fine. I wouldn't purchase it again, but when I got this, I got this back in 2014 when Jeff and I went to Disney, which was when we got engaged, and I had used this every day at Disney because it has SPF in it and I didn't get sunburned, so that was awesome. But beyond that, I would not purchase this again. So since I finished up that one product, I do still have 6 2/3 products left. So the first one here is the Balea Charcoal Nose Strips. There are 6 in here. If this is the first video that you're seeing from this series, you're like, what do you mean? You can't use 6 nose strips in 1 year? Like, what's your problem? But like, I used to have problems with clogged pores, especially on my nose, but I've been using more treatments with like AHA or BHA that really have cleared out my pores. They are still large, but they're mostly clear. However, this month I did use one finally, so I have 2 left. So I don't think that I'm going to be able to finish these by the end of the year because I don't really need them very often, but they work pretty well. So I'm happy that I got one more used up. My next product is a butter lipstick from NYX. This is in the shade Pops. So that's what I have left. And I do have a little bit of a mark, but I got a little bit goofy with my Sharpie there, so I'm sorry. But yeah, I do love this lipstick. I wear it almost every day to work. It's just a really nice, pretty, neutral color. It flatters my skin tone. I don't think that I'll be able to finish this by the end of the year, but I really, really do enjoy it. The next thing is kind of disappointing because I still haven't repressed it, and that is my Knock on Wood trio from Wet n Wild. This shattered literally like 3 months ago. Still haven't repressed it. Still haven't wanted to sit down and do it. It's just messy to repress things, especially things that are super pigmented like this dark burgundy color. So I'm kind of mad at myself for not just doing it, but whatever. Next product is my Maybelline Master Conceal by Face Studio Camouflaging Concealer in 10 Fair. The last couple of updates I was not marking any progress because it was impossible to see where I was because the packaging is super opaque even if I hold it up to the light. But I think that I'm about down to here. It feels a lot lighter recently because I have been using it. Okay, so what I do with this, I don't like it for under eyes, and it's just too dark for there. It's more of like an orangey tone, which is weird, but what I do is I take a little blob of this and I'll use it all over the face like a foundation, and then go over with my Tarte powder foundation that's in a different project. So when I do use it, I do use a significant amount of it, but I just don't use it often. But I think that I have a pretty accurate marking line there, so not a ton of the product left. I'm really happy about that. This is something that I might be able to actually finish by the end of the year. Next is my Maybelline Color Tattoo. I've literally been working on this for like a year and a half. This is ridiculous. So this is where I'm at with it. What would you say, like 2/3 of the way through with it? I'm not sure. I do like it. It's still creamy. It's fine. I don't know. I don't think that I'm going to be able to finish this up by the end of the year. Which brings me to my last product. That's my NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder. So that is where I'm at with it. I have definitely expanded the pans in both of the shades. I really do like the powders. They're fine. I'm not worried about the wax. I'm not using the wax. It's dead to me. But again, this is another thing that I'm going to continue using because that's what I'm focusing on. But I'm not going to be able to finish it by the end of the year. So feasibly, I think I only have one. I almost forgot the 2/3 products here. So these are the Wet n Wild Fast Dry nail color in Buffy the Violet Slayer. And I also have this e.l.f. nude nail polish. I had finished up a third nail polish that I was doing as a trio. But these haven't had any use because I had gels put on my nails for the wedding and I just haven't had the time or the patience to soak them off, so I haven't been painting my nails. So I don't think that I'm going to be able to finish much of anything else, maybe 1 to 2 products. So I am ending this Finish 16 in 2016 Project Pan now because I don't want to go down on this sinking ship. It's just, I'm not going to be able to finish the 16 products feasibly in 2 months, so I'm just going to cut it short. I'm going to continue working on my Pan That palette, and I will do, 2 more updates for that until the year is over, and that'll be that. So these videos are going to be a lot shorter now since it's just going to be the palette. I hope that's okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you love panning projects. Subscribe if you aren't already so that we can stay in touch. I love talking with you guys, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye guys!